Ladles and jelly spoons. We will be coming onto your screens right about nowish. And you should be able to hear our lovely voices, see our lovely faces. Hi, how y'all doing?
Hello.
This is Crit It and Hit It. This is a D&D 5e live stream game where just a bunch of nerds do some nerdy stuff. Airden is not gonna be in this session, I'm afraid. So for those of you that came to just swoon over Daniel, or to swoon over Airden, Daniel's away. It's his birthday celebration. So while he's going away and celebrating, we are going to draw things all over his character's face while they're asleep. With me, however... oh, crap, yeah. Hi, I'm Drew Murray. I'm the Dungeon Master for this game. The other people that you can see are the usual crowd with Crit It and Hit It. Going from left to right, we have Kerry, Laura, and Abby. What we'll do is we'll do the introductions as we normally do, followed by quick shout-outs, bard tale, and then we'll get on with the session. Kerry, would you like to start us off?
Yeah. Hi. I'm Kerry, Tabletop Crafter. I guess we're still saying what we do. I'm gonna still say what we do.
Yeah.
Dice
Sure.
bags. I mean, my main thing at the minute is like 3D models, printing 3D models. Which, if you just heard it, if there was a loud beeping just in the background, that was my printer finishing. Yeah, that's me. I play Amy, the human paladin. Very cheerful, happy character. Complete opposite to some of the characters.
Right. Next up is Laura.
I'm Laura from Dark Moon Dice. I make handmade dice sets, and I play Eden, the Eladrin Warlock.
Yeah. I'm Abby. I'm from, I was going to say Tabletop Crafter. I am not a Tabletop Crafter. I don't know why I was going to say that. I am from Trade and Tested. I make dice trays, funky dice trays, colourful dice trays. Dice. I've just started dice bags, and what's the other thing I do? Dice tray bags. I play Anakis, the Tiefling Druid. She's a bit weird. She's a bit hippie-ish. She likes animals and trees, and she talks to the trees. Yeah, she's a bit weird like me, so works pretty well. Yeah.
There is an important question that will hopefully be answered in the opening few minutes of the session. But that question is, does Anakis have a Welsh accent?
Oh my god, yes she does.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, I'm going to say it now, literally 5 minutes ago, so I'll do it when I introduce myself. We have got giveaways again, as usual. We've got our live giveaway, which has been kindly given to us by Bardic Tales on Instagram. So if you haven't, make sure you go and give them a follow. I also want to mention their Patreon account, Bardic_Tales, so you can get your own. It's a custom generator roll table. Like where you have, it'll be like a list of tavern names and you roll and then you can pick the tavern name or curses from an object, that kind of thing. So we'll be giving that away in the break. And we've also got another one that I'm doing that we're trying to get our Instagram account to 500 followers, because then we activate the giveaway for Fire Elemental and Minions pack printed by me. So go and follow us and Bardic Tales.
Awesome. So a lot of things to go and do. We'll just sit here and wait for you guys to all go and do that.
Can do it now.
Now, right now. Go,
Right now, go. We'll wait.
But I also neglected to mention that I'm Drew from Master Tier Gaming. I said my name, not what I do. This is what I do. Obviously not as good at the moment. So two things that I do. One is I run Master Tier Gaming, a professional games mastering service. You know that job where you talk a lot and you need to say the words? I do that, but another thing that I do, and I do reasonably well, because it's happened successfully a few times now, is I make children. I had a daughter just a few days ago, and so I have not slept an awful lot.
Well, technically, your wife did most of the work. Let's give the credit.
It was exhausting walking out and into the ward, carrying cups of tea. It was just... It was a nightmare. It really was.
The Wi-Fi is always so horrible in hospitals too.
I know. It was horrendous. It was just torture, you know. And I didn't get a bed.
Oh no. Because you were the one giving birth.
Oh no, I did actually. I took an inflatable air mattress in because we knew that we'd be staying over the first night in hospital. So I took it in and I inflated it in the little private room that we got to the side. And in the morning, it was fine. And we got breakfast and I came back and sat down on the air mattress and it started deflating. One of the cupboards in the hospital had like a little metal thing that was pushing into the air mattress, and just me like sitting on it again just pushed it that moment too far, and now there's a big hole in my air mattress.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, you know, just constant pain and torment on my end, where Robin got a completely easy ride. But yeah, so that will hopefully go some way to explain why I'm a little bit frazzled. But we soldier on. We gotta stiff up a lip. We hold our heads high, lift our chins, and think of England. That's what we do. Yes, I know I'm Scottish. Just shush. Sorry. If you do hear the occasional thing being yelled at me from another room, that's my dear darling wife. Moving swiftly on. You know about our competition on the live stream. You know about our endeavour to get the Instagram up a few notches. Another thing that you may not know is that we had a sort of crit it and hit it pseudo game just a few days ago. On Tuesday, Roll for Mischief, which is another channel on Twitch. They also have a YouTube presence. That's myself and a few other writers for nerdarchy.com just playing D&D. We run a game called Volohin, Winds of War. Roll for Mischief also has other games that they run on like Sundays and things that I'm not directly a part of, but Roll for Mischief, good group of guys. We were down a man, and so I thought, let's do a crossover. So Kerry and Laura found some time in their schedules. They came over, played with us, Roll for Mischief. They played Amy and Eden as well. And we had a sort of crit and hit it prologue prequel story, which was fun and interesting, and it's on YouTube, so we will direct you guys to that in the description of this when it gets uploaded to YouTube. It'll also be added to our playlist as well on the YouTube channel, so it'll just be part of the Crit It and Hit It playlist milieu. And that was done on Tuesday. And I think, did you say it was fully uploaded now?
Yeah,
Kerry?
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
So yeah, that's all online for you guys to go and have a look at. It was a lot of fun. Some time shenanigans were going on. And the other thing that I needed to mention was our videos. You may not have heard, but I've recently had a baby. So that has taken up more of my time than I anticipated, and so we didn't get the videos all edited for YouTube. I believe a similar issue has hit the podcast, so we apologise for that being delayed. Bonus, though, not only will this episode and the previous episode be edited and start going online on Monday, but we've also rejigged the format a little bit so that it's in sort of more digestible chunks for you guys. So at the midpoint, as you know, I usually like summarize what just happened when we come back from the break anyway. We'll be using that as a episode splitter. So we'll be splitting them up when they go up to YouTube as edited videos, as 2 separate episodes per live stream that we do, and that way you guys can more easily digest the show. You can listen to it in smaller chunks rather than going, oh, a 3-hour video, having to slog through all of that. You can just catch it bit by bit, and that should hopefully make things easier and more enjoyable for you guys. is there anything I've missed?
Nope.
Awesome.
No, I think we're good.
Right. Well, in that case, be sure to say hi in the chat. I will be checking the chat periodically to just see what's going on. I will be using one of Bardic Tales' random tables during play. If someone is listening, can sort of see what's about to happen by the foreshadowing and clues going on, and think there's a really cool Bardic Tales table that could be used, just throw it up in the chat, and if I manage to catch it, then I will go and use that table, because they make a lot of really cool tables. Some of them have really cool, like, niche little things to latch onto. A lot of them have quite far-reaching implications. I am fine with using either for this. So potentially the entire storyline of Crit It and Hit It could veer off into a ravine because of one of these tables. But you guys get to be involved in that. You get to make a train wreck happen. Suddenly
I think
ninjas.
their potion one, which is really, really good.
Mm.
In one of the games that I DM, their potion roll table is excellent. It's further back, so if you want to find it, I think you have to scroll quite a bit, but it's a good one. It's worth it.
There was a really good one about plants. Like, I realize that sounds quite dry and boring, but like just loads of like weird sort of pseudo magical, interesting plant things for like druids and people that are into that sort of thing. It's a good thing we don't have any of those in the party. Anywho.
Just wanted to shout out to mention that we've started a Pinterest account for Crit It and Hit It. So all of kind of our characters will be pinning to different boards. So if you want to see kind of some pictures and inspiration and mood boards kind of stuff behind how we created our characters, make sure you go there. We're working on getting some group boards that you guys can also pin to show us your inspiration for either your characters or our characters. So make sure you go on to Pinterest and follow Crit It and Hit It on there.
Yeah. The rest of the itinerary, as far as I can recall, and according to my notes here, we have the Bard Tale, and after the break, we'll be talking about Bardic Tales and their tables. I need to differentiate those. Let's put a little triangle there. There we go. So, next we have the Bard Tale, where I will relay a little bit of information about the game world from the perspective of one of the characters that is sat around the campfire with our characters. Then we'll have a quick summary of what happened, what's happened in the meantime, leading up to where we join our heroes yet again. Before I jump in with that, were there any other announcements that I missed?
I think we're good. We can do
Good
some
to
stuff
go.
after the break.
Yeah, after the break.
Awesome. Right. On to the Bard's Tale. This will be Simon Basal, the young priest, middle-aged priest that you encountered in the last episode, the last adventure. Sat around the campfire, there will be some pork crackling by the flames. It's night, it's late. Most others have gone to sleep already, and those still around the campfire to hear the tale, they are all ears, wrapped in blankets against the cold winds of night. It was long ago. A long, long while. Far side of them mountains to the north. The world's crown. Them mountains, they hide something. There lies a moon. A moon that we never see. There's a moon above the world's crown with beings that puppet us all. Control us. Make us go around and do their bidding. And we never know that they're there. There was one of these beings who came down from that moon. They wandered over the mountains. They travelled south. They met kings and princes, queens and princesses, courtiers, dukes. None of them were granted an audience with this being of blue. He stood 9 feet tall, alabaster skin, and everywhere he walked, fresh flowers would appear in his footsteps. It was like he made the world live again. There was one queen who decided she would stop him, demand that he tend to her fields, make her crops plentiful. He did not yield. She had siege engines, powerful machines of war, the likes of which the world had never seen before. She pointed them all at this man as he made his pilgrimage south. He did not abate. She let loose volleys of stone and steel. When the dust settled, he just carried on walking. The queen is said to have taken her own life some days later. Some whisper that perhaps it was he who visited her in the night, gave her a poison, revenge for slowing him down a step. They lose track of him when he enters Summergleam. They say he goes to the middle of a field and disappears. But I heard from a gnome, Osborne Bowthorngage, famous bard extraordinaire. He told me that under good authority, this blue person didn't just disappear. No. This person went underground. He found something deep in the woods near Tharansari. And he went deep into a hollow, underground. And there he fought demons. Demons that were just about to breach the surface, rise up and take over the entire land. How he knew he was there, no one knows. But he's either a strange blue man on a random pilgrimage, or a hero that saved us all and none of us even know his name. The best part is how Osborne, when he told me this tale, gave me the finest whiskey you've ever seen. And it's right here. And he pulls out a bottle of whiskey that he's just picked up from Tubanan, the gnome that you are currently with, who is not Osborne Bowthorngage. That was Simon's tale. The adventure that we had last time featured Simon, Anakis, Eden, Amy, and Airden. Simon was drunk and wandering about Summergleam, which is the town in Summergleam, the wider region. The cleric, priest, drunkenly wandered down some streets. Amy and the others decided to follow, mostly because Amy doesn't take no from strangers. Upon following him, they find an ancient temple, and he quickly sobers up. They find out that there's something wrong in the fields to the northwest. They travel there and find that vines have overgrown and that there's this giant crystal magical monolith that has been shattered and rent from its connection with magic, and that started causing all sorts of haywire going on with nature. Anakis and Eden put together the crystal monolith, fighting off undead fiends and minions, with Amy and Airden taking on a gigantic monstrosity that seems to have been birthed from all the evil just lingering about in the place. Upon repairing the crystal, they find that the land is on its way to healing, and an adventure succeeded at they take the time for a bit of rest, leaving and meeting up with Simon again and two gnome friends, Jubanan and Iresha. Over the course of this adventure, they also meet Taneris, who is an elven druid, who was in the area to seek Simon himself, the person who Taneris believes is responsible for the damage that had been done to the local area, the overgrowing vines, the undead bears, that sort of thing. Another person that was met was Xander. This was a Tiefling adventurer fighting zombie bears and occasionally saving people from their own hubris. Mostly Airden.
Only Airden,
really. He kept telling everyone to stay away, that he was going to be dealing with this, and his description matched a rumour that Airden heard while in town, in the town of Sommergleam. But he quickly made himself absent, and his whereabouts have been unknown since. Taneris, currently with Simon and Jubanan and Iresha at the time that we ended the previous adventure, although he wasn't making any great moves to punish Simon or deal with him in any particular way. So the details of that are currently unknown, but for the time being it seems that Taneris is at peace with the fact that the land is healing. Eden, during the course of the last few days, has been in Selendar's grove, the grove of her patron. He is able to transport people vast distances and into magical pocket dimensions at will, and with Eden he helps train her and teach her new skills and abilities, which she uses when she emerges fresh and full of vim and vigour, ready to take on the world's challenges once again, with Enver, her plucky sidekick, the small woodland sprite on her shoulder. Anakis, being a druid but distanced from the druid order of late, decided to spend her time healing the land further. As much as repairing the crystals started the natural healing process, she wanted to help things get back to a more ready state. There were occasions where creatures would seep out of the woodwork, so to speak. Small burrows where families of rabbits and badgers had died and become undead creatures again, crawling out and ready to attack the encampment that Anakis and Jubanan and Iresha had erected. But Anakis ably kept them at bay. She did, however, find that there were several goblin corpses lying in the ground with wounds that don't match that of the vines or the zombie bears. A lot of them have burns, scorch marks. Some of them seem to have been exploded from the inside. These goblins have just been left strewn across the landscape as the vines retreat. So someone or something, while moving throughout these evil, twisted vines, has been killing goblins and leaving them behind. Anakis grows in strength by healing the land. Amy takes Simon and returns to Sommergleam. The fact that Amy had a vision informing her that there was an army on the way, and Eden having knowledge that indeed an army is on its way, an elven army, one that seeks this crystal for its magical power. Amy decides to take Simon, go to Sommergleam, warn them of this impending threat, that if the elven army doesn't find this crystal here, that they could very well turn south and attack Sommergleam. Also, an attempt to clear Simon's name is made. Simon having been a drunkard and bumping into people, breaking things. Amy wants to see what she can do to help his reputation. Kerry,
Yeah.
would you please give me a charisma ability check there is no skill proficiency to add to this, just a basic charisma check. So D20 plus charisma, nothing else.
19.
She manages to track down not only the head of the guard, who is happy enough to stop and talk to her. This is a gentleman by the name of... Richard's a dull name. I want to change that.
My husband's name is Richard.
Richard's an amazing name. I'm going to keep that.
I'm just kidding. You're right. It's a lame name. He's not
Okay.
watching this. It's fine.
I don't know why I think it's rubbish. Like, I gave him this name and I thought at the time, yeah, it's great, but for some reason it doesn't look right to me just now. But Richard, the town guard. So you speak to Richard and let him know that Simon's had a troubled past and that he's been working through things, but now he's a lot better and sober. He believes you, but lets you know that a lot of people are still going to treat him with a bit of a cold shoulder. He's put a lot of noses out of joint, but he appreciates you trying to help him. Another thing that Amy wishes to do before she gives up on her errand of mercy is to find those two guys from the bar that wanted to take Simon and leave the bar with him, perhaps in an attempt to rough him up a little. Their intentions are unclear. Kerry, I would like you now to give me an investigation skill check.
Okay. Not a good one. 12.
12. You find very little information about those two in particular, but after a couple of days of asking around, you come across Richard again. The head of the town guard lets you know that these two figures match the descriptions of members of the Black Scythe gang. The Black Scythes are fairly new to Sommergleam. They've been picking up in their activities. They took over from remnants of minor street gangs that would operate in the area. The Black Scythes are the first really organised group in this manner that they've ever had to deal with. The Black Scythes, their modus operandi is mercenaries. People for hire, mostly assassins. They're very dangerous, and he advises that you do not go near them. Simon feels a pull to leave Sommergleam. He wishes to go to the farmsteads on the outskirts and warn them of the army approaching, rather than the town itself, as no one seems to be listening. You have not been granted an audience with the Queen. You have not been made aware of anyone else that would be of any authority to deal with this situation. You know that the town has a queen and an augur, a psychic, someone who can see visions and tell portents of the future. And everyone that you go to, including Richard, lets you know that if there was going to be anything bad, the augur would know. And so no one believes you. However, your inquiries get mixed up with rumour. These rumours spread, and talk of an impending army starts to spread throughout the town. And spreads farther north. Anakis, Eden, at the camp with Jubanan and Aresha, you find that there is a travelling salesman moving east who meets up with your camp and lets you know that there is not only an army marching that is only a few weeks away, but that they are also carrying a few goods that they hope to trade in Sommergleam before Sommergleam is wiped off the map. They don't think that it's got any chance and there's a few prize items that they'd like to get out of there before bad things happen. He stays with you for the night. And when you awake in the morning, as Simon and Amy roll over the hills to meet up with you again, that trader is dead. His body exploded from the inside, and there is a trail of bloody footprints leading back towards the vines. And that's where we're going to pick things up.
Cool.
Right. Okay. I'm going to whip out my Welsh accent now.
Yay!
I'm going to try it and see how it goes. I can't promise much, so if anybody Welsh that's listening gets very offended, I'm very sorry. I would like to. Are we asleep at this point, Drew?
No, it'll be morning. People will have just started waking up, and there'll be a deafening scream from Eresha as she happens upon the now dead body of this person.
Okay, I wake Eden up. Eden, wake up!
What?
The traveling trader is dead. I don't know what's happened. I've gone Irish now. I've gone from Welsh to Irish. I don't know what's happened. He's dead. It looks like he's exploded. I don't know. He's exploded. Come on.
Okay, go. Okay, exploded.
I go over and investigate.
Yeah, that's dead exploded. That's.
Can I investigate the body, Drew?
Can I help?
Yeah. So one of you make the roll with advantage.
You go
who's
for
going to
it.
be the lead investigator?
Well, that's shit. And that's also shit. No, I failed.
What was your best result?
6 and 5.
Right. How much of this body is left?
Well, it turns out not enough to get any information from. You find that a lot of his stuff is missing, and that all that's left is like a blood stain on the grass with a few bits of flesh draped around the place. How this could have happened silently is beyond you.
Okay.
Can I investigate the other? You mentioned that there was goblins, that we found goblins. Can I go investigate those bodies too, or have I already investigated those?
Let's say you've already investigated them, but let's make the roll now.
Okay.
And this will also be with advantage because you've had some time to do this.
Come on. Okay, that's no better. No! 10!
You put that dice away. Get a new dice.
Kerry,
that
I'm
one
buying
away.
a dice jail from you.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, shit. I told you I'm just
It's
bloody
funnier in
Anakis.
Welsh, isn't
I'm
it?
so bloody I'm talking Welsh.
It's funnier in Welsh. It's a lot funnier. Oh, okay.
I decided
nice
Daenerys
Welsh,
needs to be Welsh. I think druids just need to be Welsh.
It adds to the hilarity.
It does. Can
What was your result, sorry, Anakis, for the goblin
10.
investigation? 10. That's not bad. So what you found with the goblins is that some of them have died fairly recently. So over the past week, where you've been pushing these vines back and helping heal the land, some of them will have been dead for just hours before you came across them. And so they'll have been killed just a few dozen feet from where you've been standing for a few hours. Within that time, they'll have been killed.
Right. Can I cast detect magic?
Yes.
Will that...
So again, we'll have that as like you did that around the goblins, and so it doesn't cost a spell slot. This is something you did in the past. Casting detect magic, you find that there is the residue of magical ability. Some
Right.
spells have been cast around them.
Okay. Am I able to tell what spells, or is that too?
Because of the age of the magic, it's not anything recent, and they haven't been enchanted with anything. You can't tell what kind of magic, but you know that it is something, and it's something powerful.
Okay. My druid craft wouldn't help me with anything, would it?
Not with that, no.
No. Okay. I'll just ask Daenerys and Arisha. Is that who we're with?
Yep. Yeah, they're all there.
If they've noticed anything, or if they were woken up during the night by anything.
Iresha lets you know that she was not awoken by anything. Daenerys simply nods and motions you over. Hello. Oh, I've been given a baby. Hi. So yes, we interrupt this game to show you baby!
A baby.
It's a baby!
Baby, baby, baby.
Yeah.
Yo.
Baby.
Welcome to D&D, baby.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys hear that?
Did she just fart?
You just or get barfed on.
That was worse than a...
Oh.
Did she just close and lock the door on me as well?
She's left you with baby.
Going for a nap.
You left me a bomb.
The rule is if you're holding it then you have to. That's the rule.
She normally carries on for a good 10-15 minutes afterwards. It's either 3 change nappies, or we just give her some time to finish. Yeah.
Wait.
You gonna finish, yeah? Yeah, you are. Okay, so with baby and a job in hand, were we doing anything?
And can I ask Ember too, if ask everybody if they know anything. So Anakis is asking.
Yeah. Would my healing spirit be able to do anything at 2nd level?
It won't be able to unexplode a man.
No. I don't have anything that bring anybody back to life, that's the only thing, because I've not changed my spells yet, because I've only just done my long rest, so... I don't have anything.
Yes, so Daenerys nods to Anakis and to Enver that he's aware of something and motions them both over. Tubanon decides that this is the best opportunity to confide in Eden and takes her by the hand, wanders her over to a set of stools by the campfire, sits her down with a grim look on his face.
You're making me nervous.
I'm afraid that with all the bad news, I didn't want to let everyone know, but I figure it's best to tell someone.
Okay. I'm listening.
We are all out of sausages.
No. There was just sausages the other day.
I know.
There was plenty. There were enough sausages for at least days, and now you're saying there's no sausages?
Eden, don't make this harder than it already is.
No, I can't. Is there bacon?
There is bacon, but there's only enough rashers for 3 of us.
We're gonna have to kill some people then, you know that, right? You know what we need to do.
He looks over towards one of the horses. Looks back towards you.
We're not eating horse. I know him. We're friends. We're not eating horse. Horse.
He nods, brings himself to his feet, and solemnly says, I will have to go and hunt. At which point, Iresha wanders over, grabs him by the lapel, shoves him back down onto the stool, pulls a crossbow up onto her shoulder, pats him on the shoulder lovingly, but also slightly patronizingly, and starts moving off towards one of the hillocks that you've noticed a family of boars nearby.
Probably for the best.
As Chibanan collapses into fits of tears in his hands at the idea that there may not be any sausages for dinner. Anakis and Enver have Tinerus bending their ears as he pulls you behind one of the wagons. So, the evening. You didn't hear anything?
No.
I've not practiced this Welsh accent, by the way. I hope you appreciate that.
It's contagious, right?
It's really contagious. Once you start, you can't bloody stop.
I noticed a very strange thing outside of my tent. I thought it was strange, but perhaps perhaps it was just the little gnomey people having a bit of a laugh. So I figured it was nothing. But here we go. That's a wonderful accent. Don't you dare say anything.
I'm crying. Oh,
I noticed outside of my tent that there were eyes of fire and smoke just billowing about.
Smoke. Coming from where? Where did you notice the smoke?
Well, it seemed to be coming from a person. But I thought it might have just been one of the gnomes carrying a torch about.
And did you notice anybody around, or did you hear anything? Anybody that had invaded the camp, maybe?
No. I didn't sense anybody.
Okay. Nothing else?
Whoever it was must have been a very stealthy person.
Maybe. When was the last time we saw Xander? Eden? Oh, Eden? Yeah? When did we last see Xander?
That was a week ago.
Okay. Thanks.
Welcome.
I don't
Who's
know.
this Xander?
Just someone we know. Bit dodgy.
Is he anything at all like that other gentleman that you used to hang around with?
As in, does he act?
You know, the Airden fellow. The man with the pale hair.
No, they're definitely not alike. They hate each other.
I see.
It couldn't be more opposite. Oh.
So,
Am I there now? But
yeah, Amy and Simon, you would have crested the hill and seen people starting to move about in the early morning, and you'll have arrived about now.
Oh, Amy, hello. Hi, I see her up there on the hill. Eden, Amy's here.
I'm like waving the entire way down the hill. Like jumping up and down the cart I presume we're on.
Look, Tina started running towards you
Oh.
to say hello.
I'll come over.
Hi guys. What's with the this guy? Pointing at the dead guy.
We're not too sure. Have you got anything that you could help us to determine what's happened? Because I haven't got a bloody clue, and I've tried and got nowhere. So
Can I see the bloody footprints from here? Like, don't need you already described them. So.
Yeah, you'll be able to see them easily enough.
I just point at them and say, "Have you tried following these?"
oh, that's a very good question. No, I whistle for Napkin and come on, and then I just go off and follow the footprints. I just wander off.
I tell Simon I'll be back.
Off we go.
Right. As you... Oh, you okay? You're okay. You're going to be okay. You know when they just like scrunch up their face and make like 7 different emotion faces in a row, and then you're just like, what's going on? Are you okay? Oh, she's sort of smiling now.
Gas.
Yeah,
That's usually it.
yeah. She's about a week old. It's gas and nothing else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gas and poops.
Sometimes at the same time.
Aye, and then it comes out the top end as well.
Oh my god! Right. So, yeah, we're in the hospital, and she farted, and there was like a big bubble of poop around this fart. It was amazing.
Oh
It
my
was
god,
incredible.
You can show her these videos when she's older.
you can.
Look what I put on the internet for you, Sweet Pea.
Oh crap! Yeah. Hi. The world knows now.
It's on. It's being recorded. You can't get out of it.
Yep. And you'll be able to hear your dad's amazing Welsh accent. Yeah, it's flawless. Flawless. Okay. So you start following these bloody footprints. They take you up to the top of one of the hills surrounding the campsite, further to the west of where you once were, with the crystal monolith being to your east. As you crest the hill, the other side of it, you see dead bodies by the dozen. There are goblins strewn about. You can see that there's a small a collection of rocks that make up part of the terrain. The word escapes me now, but crags. There we go. You see some craggy outcropping from between a couple of hillocks, and it seems that there was an encampment there of the goblins. The encampment has been broken up, their bodies strewn apart, and in the center of this encampment, among these large rocks, you find a mark made in blood on the ground. There is a coughing sound, and you note that one of the goblins near this large sigil is alive.
Run to him.
I cast straight away. As soon as I'm there, I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Ooh. Okay, roll some dice. Let's see how much you're healing by.
He's healed by only +4. Oh shit! 5 points.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, I've got a modifier. Sorry, so it's 9.
Okay, hold on just one moment. Yep, we are with baby for the foreseeable. I need to try and write with my right hand here. That's gonna be interesting.
Are you left-handed?
I am, yes. I'm a demon child, which means you're basically screwed. Okay, so we are casting Cure Wounds. What was the result again? 5.
No, I had a modifier. Sorry, 9.
9.
Mm-hmm.
9 points on to. Right. Okay. As you press your hand to his chest, he takes in a massive, sharp breath, and you hear a crack as one of his ribs snaps back into position.
Oh.
And he lets out a wheezy breath. You can tell that he's still in pain, he's still bleeding, but you've stopped him from bleeding out and dying. His eyes flicker open, his small, pinched-up green nose against his face, struggling and twitching about, as if he's smelling a great many things, or smelling nothing at all and struggling to catch his breath.
Just very calmly, I just say, "Hello. We're not here to hurt you. Don't worry. We're not going to hurt you. I've just helped you out a little bit, okay?" Are you all right?
I don't have it.
What don't you have?
Whatever you're looking for.
We're not looking for anything. We just want to know what's happened here. Who did this?
How do I know you're not all together? You look alike.
We are all together. We're a group, but we went with the people that did this to you.
What do you mean we look alike?
Someone else with horns did this.
There was a traveller. He looked just like her. And he came, and he said he was here to break bread. We shooed him away, and he left. But then that night people started screaming. There was fire everywhere. I'm fairly certain it was your kind that did this.
Well, I can assure you I'm not with that kind.
What did he look like?
He had that
Horns.
fluffy stuff you have on your head. It was not as long as yours. About the same length as yours. And he points to you, Amy. Dark. Horns. Purple skin. He wore hide. Long hide. Knives everywhere. He was a killer.
Sounds an awful lot like Xander.
That's it, Eden. It can't be. He wouldn't do that.
Look,
He was our
handsome people kill people too. Trust
I
me.
don't trust him. Let me put it out there. He looked evil from the beginning. Looked like a bloody bastard, if you ask me.
We could have been great friends. I don't believe that you can tell bad from just looking at a person. But
What?
perhaps we should find him and question him. It may not be so simple.
Well, I'm just going to ask him, what's your name?
Why do you want to know?
Just want to know. What? I just want to know what your name is.
Stegra.
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 Okay, Stegra. Do you know how he killed these people? Did it look? Were you awake when any of them were killed? Did you see them? Did you see how they were killed?
We heard howling, barking, fire. It was horrible. Screaming, shouting, barking, and fire, flames rising.
Okay. All right. Have you got somewhere where you can go to safety?
This was my home. I had family. He looks over towards a pile of corpses. I had family. I can travel.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
At this point, Amy is crying.
Oh,
I'm so sorry about your family.
I cast another cure wounds on him. Just to give him a... Oh, in fact, I might have a herbalism kit that I can do something with. Let me just check.
Do you know where that scratch is?
I'm just trying to see if that's from my end or not.
Oh, it might be that's my hair. Is that better? It stopped?
Nope.
No.
Still happening.
I can't hear anything. So it might be me.
It's showing up the sound on your picture.
Or me.
Okay. Yeah.
stopped now?
It has not. God damn it, Abby.
It was on 100% when I started today. There's no charger at all. I don't know what it is.
No,
Oh my God.
I'm generally not having a go.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it could be. Is it hair?
I don't know.
It's catching on something? Is it just a long...
It's not one long thing. It's like pops and crackles, like static, but not in one continuous stream. So it's almost like something is causing it, like when you're shifting about or something.
Has it stopped now?
It has.
It's the bloody... It must be. How about now? You'll just have to cope with no headphones today, guys.
That's fine. Right. So, follow footsteps. You met Stegra and asked if there was anywhere he could go. He said he could travel. Sorry,
Can I?
anything else?
Can I give him? This thing didn't print it. Can I give him a piece of gold?
You can give him a piece of gold. He slowly picks himself up, hoisting himself onto the low wall that's behind him, and leans on it. Why?
To help you travel and get somewhere and find somewhere to stay and food and all that stuff.
Where would I stay?
I don't know. Buy a tent. That's not very Amy-like. Perhaps you could pick up a tent somewhere.
I'll make my own way. Giants are all the same.
Can I go over and investigate the symbol? I mean, we know it's probably Xander, but can we decipher what it is?
Yes. So give me a religion skill check.
Okie doke. On with it. For fuck's sake, 3.
It's a symbol.
Symbol, guys.
The combination of it being made in blood, and blood being quite a runny thing, and last night's small rain shower having distorted a lot of it, it's really hard to nail down what this symbol could be. It could be a symbol for a death cult. It could be a symbol for the royal house of Tharansari. It could be anything.
Okay. I turn to Amy and Eden and I say, we know it's Xander. We saw him last time. We saw him the other day, didn't we? Do you remember when he did have hold of a...
Did we see that or not?
Well, I've got in my notes.
Drew,
No,
did we see that?
you guys did not see him with a goblin skull in. That was an artistic flourish.
I think we need to find him.
I agree. I think we should find him, but I think we should go in cautiously but friendly. He is our friend still, after all.
Yes.
And we should ask questions first before, accusing him or attacking him, because if we do something to spook him, it might make things worse. If he has done this.
Since Amy and Anakis have been doing the bulk of the talking, Eden, with advantage from Enver, shall we assume that you've been sort of looking around for other clues and stuff?
Yeah, just wandering amongst the bodies, towing them over, seeing if there's anything.
So yes, if you could give us an investigation skill check with advantage, because Enver's helping you out.
Excuse me. 14.
Nice. Okie dokie. So, as you move amongst some of the dead and charred bodies, you find two very curious details. One is you find that the goblins had mounted a defense, and a few of them holding spears have got these spears wedged into the body of a large boar-like creature. This is something that is probably about the size of one of the biggest dogs you've ever seen. It's something that it's almost something that someone could ride. It's a large thing, but it's got this sort of bluish rubbery skin and this squashed up pig face. It's not really something that you'd normally see running about the place. And if you would like to try and identify it, you could make an Arcana, History, Religion, or Nature ability check.
Yeah. Arcana, nature. Those are all int, aren't they? It doesn't matter. All right.
That's a good point. Yeah, they are.
It doesn't matter.
Pick one, though, because it'll change how I describe it.
Oh, Arcana. Cool. 12.
This is not a beast of this realm, this plane of existence. This is something that would struggle to maintain itself here. It's definitely an extra-planar being. It's from some other world, some other plane of existence.
Okay.
The other thing that you find, aside from the fact that the goblins have mounted their resistance and killed one of these weird pig dog things, is that on one of the stones, you find one of the goblins has, with a bloody handprint, wiped in a direction westward, and then on the ground carved a symbol into the gravel. The symbol that they carve, you've noticed around a few places, and given your past, a few of these symbols you've come across before. This is a symbol that sometimes thieves would use them, spies use them to pass along coded messages, and it essentially means ahead, hideaway. Usually this sort of symbol means that there's going to be some place for you to be able to hide that will be safe for you if you were to journey to a place. The context seems to skew that somewhat, and perhaps there is a hideaway further west that might be where whoever did this is hiding, or wherever the goblin's stash of goods is, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of materials here.
Okay. I'm going to keep that to myself for the minute.
All right. Okay.
Is the goblin gone, or is he still waiting around?
He's started looking around the bodies of his fallen comrades and picking up the odd thing here and there, like the shoes off one person, a belt from someone else.
Can I investigate some of the other bodies?
Yeah. Give me another investigation ability check. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Crystals. 3.
You find a lot of very shiny rocks, but all of them are just regular pebbles that have been buffed.
Okay.
It seems that the goblins were using them as internal currency.
Oh, nice. Okay. Can I cast? I think we need to go and find Xander, ladies. I think we need to go. I don't know if you agree, but I think we need to leave.
Yes.
And find.
Should we each kind of take like a direction and then, send up a signal or something if one of us finds him?
I mean,
I think it's probably best if we stick together, considering he's killed all of these.
Yeah, but if he's killed he likely could kill all of us if that was...
he wouldn't do that, though. We're friends. I mean, look how... And then can I just check, so we're out of earshot of the goblin a little bit?
You can move away from him, yeah.
I mean, you guys slaughtered a whole load of goblins back at the farmland, and
we slaughtered like 5. We slaughtered 5, and they attacked us first. That's different.
I mean, we don't know. We're only going on what he said. What if they attacked Xander? I mean, let's just... We don't know. We don't know what happened. There could be an explanation. There could be a misunderstanding. We find him and we talk to him, I think. I don't know about splitting up. I mean, what directions would we take?
I could go west. Like that way. But then if either one of us, we don't have to go far, not far from each other, but kind of each in a direction, and then...
Well, why don't we all... I think it might be better for us all to go together.
So do
I worry about the splitting up and lost, or...
We just would cover more ground and probably be able to find him faster if we went separately.
What if you went west and I went north? I don't know what the actual direction we've just come from is, but
you come
and
from
then
east.
all right, okay. But then what if he went southwest and we've gone in north, south and west direction, and then we just miss him?
Well, if we each take a chunk of the compass, right? So not just north, but if you do a pie slice of travel.
Yeah.
So you cover northeast to...
I don't know. Anakis, where are you on this?
I think we all need to go together. I could try locate him. I don't...
Oh, can you do locate first and I'll just locate... Oh, can we think of anything he has on him?
I've got locate object, but...
What's the range? How far can you locate people?
It's only within 30 feet.
Okay. Can we think of anything that he was wearing or had on him? Or the gloves. You could try and locate his gloves that he was wearing. We saw those in detail. And then if you think about that, presumably it doesn't have to be
and he's around a bunch of bear hearts.
Yeah, although that might take us to a bear. I don't know.
Bear hearts, yeah.
Don't want that. I could ask. Can I ask the animal? Could I ask the animals? Can I ask the animals if they know anything, Drew?
You could, but just for a point of clarification, locate object. You can sense the direction of the object as long as it's within 1,000 feet of you.
Pick his gloves or something.
So long as you've seen it up close within 30 feet.
I've read the second paragraph and not the first. Yes, within 1,000 feet, I can do that, no problem, and it's prepared, so I can cast it. Right, I will cast locate object, please. Second level. At second.
Yes, it is. All right, and you're wanting to locate specifically Xander's gloves.
Yes, please.
All right.
Gloves or coat?
Oh,
he wouldn't throw his gloves away, would he?
Well, you never know. If he's been killing people and he's coming.
Yeah, I've got a coat. He's less likely to ditch the coat.
Exactly. You're more likely to keep a coat outside, aren't you, rather than gloves? Coat. Let's go for coat. Or
okay.
Boots. You wouldn't chuck away boots, would you? Boots or coat or glove?
Whichever you're feeling.
Coat. 100% coat.
All right.
Boots get lost. That happens.
Coat.
Anakis sweeps her foot along the ground, bends down, picks up a forked twig, which he then tosses into the air, and it lands, pointing in a direction. The direction that it's pointing is southwest.
This way. No, this way. Like, this way. High intelligence score. Just not high. No, the other way around. High wisdom, intelligence. How does that work? I don't know. Anyway.
So yes, you managed to identify that it's within 1,000 feet southwest. And that's further into this rocky crag. You've got this broken up rocky landscape.
Okay. Can I don't want to cast it again. Can we is there any trails or tracks that we can follow? I'm pretty good at no, I've not been this way. Can I track his whereabouts?
You can give me a survival skill check. Let's see how good you are at tracking.
I don't know. Oh, I've got a very good. Oh my word. Oh, that's a +8 modifier. Yeah, 19.
19.
19.
Right. So, looking up from this stick that you've tossed onto the ground, you then see almost clear as day broken and bent pieces of like bracken and small little bristly plants that have been growing from between rocks. Someone big has moved through here recently. Following that trail, you should be able to find whoever was the last big person to come by here. What you're able to tell from the tracks that you're following is that it's one person. They're about 6 feet tall.
Okay. All right. I think it's in this direction. Do we want to prepare, tell him that we're coming, or do we just want to? We don't want to surprise him because then we don't want to die. So I don't know. Can we?
I think we'll just walk. We'll just walk up. Don't look too much like we're trying to ambush him or anything.
All right. I can follow the track. I assume I'm going first if I'm tracking this. I follow with Nutkin on my shoulder. Just sort of looking.
Did you say you're going to be quiet and stealthy about this, or are you making your approach known?
Making it known, I think.
Yes.
Okay. Is anyone in particular wanting to try and hide, or are all three of you being brazen and out in the open about this?
I feel like
one of us hide if we're all walking together and two of us are being loud. Can one of us hide?
Well, there are lots of like tall, jagged bits of rock and stuff. So two of you could just be walking sort of down this canyon that's being formed. I'm reluctant to use the word canyon because it's only like 5 to 6 feet tall rocks. But one of you could be like ducking and diving between these rocks, trying to stay hidden.
Yeah, if I could do this a little stealthier than them two.
All right. Give me a stealth check then.
Okay, I can do that. 11.
11, right. Let's... Ooh, I get to roll a die for once. Right. Okay. As you're wandering through these broken bits of rock, you see that there are lots of goblinoid scribbles along the walls carved in. It looks like they've been camping here for a while, but the camp doesn't go very deep into these rocks, and that the rest of this is just general like hanging about grounds for the goblins. A lot of the broken bits of like branch and tent work and stuff has been burned and destroyed in the open area. You then... Oh, sorry, go on.
Sorry. I've got charm person prepared and ready to go, so as soon as block him, can I?
Oh. He'll know that you charmed him, though. He'll know that you charmed him, and it'll be an issue. I think we should go in just as friends.
Okay.
I think we've had no problems with him, personally. So, keep that in your back pocket, but let's just...
Okay.
What's everyone's passive perception scores?
14.
13.
10.
Anakis and Eden, as you're approaching, you start to hear sounds of people moving back and forth very quickly. Lots of foot scrapes and gravel shifting about. You then hear a loud whack of a body hitting stone, and you then hear this loud grunt. As you're turning a corner, Amy, Eden, and Anakis all see there are two people. One of them is Xander. The other is someone in a deep red robe. They've got a medallion around their throat. Around the neck. It's not a choker. They've got this medallion hanging down, and Xander has pushed this person against a wall. His fist is set ablaze, ready to punch this person, obviously again, as you see this person's got blood streaming down their face, matted hair. The woman in the robe seems to be not putting much of a fight, and she's holding on to a glass vial in her hand.
Can I shout his name? Didn't see him. Kind of happily, but...
Give me a charisma ability check, Amy.
13.
As you gleefully say, Xander, he looks over, drops his arm slightly, and you see the flames extinguish around his hand, and he gives you this very confused look. And the woman in robes pushes him off and starts dashing between a small gap between some stones.
Can I... sorry. Is she within 60 feet of me?
Yeah.
Can I command? I'll try. Command her.
What's she saving throw DC?
It's 13 now.
Damn. Got 12.
It used to be 12. It's
Oh.
now 13. I want to say stop.
As she's pushing her way through a gap between rocks, she stops.
Okay. I'm going to quickly turn to you guys. Say, that isn't going to last very long. Go and apprehend her or something, just so we can get the full picture of what's going on here.
I don't know if I've got any rope. I assume one of us has got some rope.
I have rope. I'll throw a rope over.
I'll take the rope from Amy. And
We got rope.
And wrap around a tree.
It only lasts for
Go anywhere.
a round, so we've got 6 seconds.
I run.
As Anakis runs over with the rope, Xander...
6 seconds.
And saying, "You dare move, I put this in your face."
Ooh, what was that? Say again?
You dare, I put this flame that I've got in your face.
Are you saying that to the woman or to Xander?
To the woman.
Okay.
Can you half cast something? So I have chill touch, which creates a ghostly skeletal hand. Can I ready that with the hand at her neck, but not cast it? Not do the damage unless...
Yes.
It's casting half a spell. Half.
Yes.
Basic cantrip.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be a really scary, creepy skeletal hand because this is necromancy, so it should look very terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, behave, bitch, behave.
Strictly
Well,
mechanically, we
flat-
could handle that as like I forgot what it's called now, like a held action. You can sort of reserve your action.
Yes, I just want the hand there,
Yeah.
but then not. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so Anakis is there, flame in hand. Airden with a ghostly spectral hand around this woman's neck. Xander reaching over, grabbing her by the hood, and pulling her back in to the little clearing that you've got. Amy.
Yeah. Xander, what's happening? Why are you fighting with this woman?
He roughly brings her back in, pushes her against a wall, shrugs his shoulders as if he's just trying to get a knot out. Ugh. This one has been giving me a little bit of trouble. Been setting fires, haven't you?
Can I roll it in?
Yes.
15.
15. Xander is telling the truth. You can tell that he's being very closed off with the three of you, and that he's definitely not sharing everything, but that everything that he's saying he believes to be the truth.
Setting fires to what, Xander?
Setting fires to goblins.
Why?
That's what I intend to find out.
Well, let's not kill her.
Setting them on fire or exploding them.
He then lets her go. Fine. He pulls his coat. But if I don't get any information in the next 5 minutes, she's mine again. Alright?
I'll get information out of it, don't worry about that.
Rolls his eyes, swishes his coat, and sort of jumps about 4 feet into the air, just sort of slightly stepping up onto one of the rocks, pirouetting around and then sitting down with his coat sort of draping down over the rock like a set of bat wings. And he just sort of perches on this rock, pulls out some stick from his pocket. You don't know if it's some sort of jerkied meat or some sort of taffy thing, and he starts chewing on it.
I roll my eye. And just...
So she was exploding the goblins.
She is shaking her head, eyes wide. The blood has sort of like matted her hair to her face. She looks to be human, although her hood is still sort of like up and covering the back of her head. She's shaking her head, eyes wild, and not quite sure where to look.
Okay. Xander? She's been exploding the goblins.
Yeah.
What about the guy in our camp?
What guy?
I don't know. He looked like a travelling salesman.
He was a travelling...
Goblin said...
Wasn't he? Was he travelling trade?
Yeah, it's just that Amy wasn't there, so...
Oh, yeah. I don't remember his name.
So, the goblin said... There was one goblin left alive, and he said that it was someone... It was a tiefling, like... Anakis.
And we came across more goblins, and they said the person that had killed his town looked like me as well.
Don't know what to tell you.
Although, to be fair, he I mean, he did say that you passed. Did you go and stay with some goblins on your way through?
I spoke to
Or
some,
tried
yeah.
to? Okay, I mean, so I turned to the other side. Like, to be fair, the goblin, like, he did say that Xander passed through, and then they all died. Okay, now turn to the woman now, and I want to try to use command again. Oh, spell slots up.
All right. What is your command?
Confess. It's gonna be my new favorite one now.
She breaks down crying, and through tears and sobs, she confesses that it was her that called the fires up.
Hold the fires up.
Up from below?
What do you mean? How and why?
She grabs the small metal symbol that's on a chain around her neck, holds it up, and says that she's been granted the power, and that when the power commands, she obeys.
Are you like a cleric or something?
She nods. She then looks over towards Xander, looking a bit concerned.
Why were you shaking your head when Xander said that you set the fires? If you brought them up.
He's not safe to be around. If he gets angry with me and decides to react, I could be gone for. Gone for? A goner or done for? Pick a word, Drew.
What? Why is he not safe? What?
I don't want to say when he's around.
Well,
Xander, cover your ears.
yeah, I mean,
Earmuffs.
He raises an eyebrow, looks at Eden. Eden, make a charisma check.
uh-oh.
That's just a D20 plus my charisma modifier.
Yes.
Glad I took the bonus to my charisma.
If you're proficient in persuasion, I'll allow that proficiency bonus added on as well.
No, I'm not. But that's okay. Roll a 17. 21.
Ooh, nice.
The two of you stare at each other. About 15 seconds pass by, and everyone is feeling very uncomfortable. And eventually Xander covers his ears and rolls his eyes up.
Yes! I mean, I don't do that, but I feel it on the inside.
So, okay, I mean, whisper it because, I mean, he might be pretending, but, like, tell me why he's dangerous.
That man is not safe to be around. You need to get out of here now. The powers that I serve are looking to become stronger, and I am compelled to obey. But he is a step beyond.
Why though? You said that already. Why? What? Why is he dangerous?
Because he can control fire with his hands and summon beasts.
I mean, do that.
Yeah.
Alright, don't worry.
What powers? Who are you being told to do stuff by? Who's your deity?
I worship the Queen of Blood. She holds up the symbol again, Does anyone want to make a history or religion ability check?
I will.
Skill check.
Yeah, those are not my.
Not my forte.
Yeah.
The what? The summit of blood?
Yes,
Queen.
Queen of Blood.
Queen of blood.
16 religion.
Okay. The worship of Ayala, the Queen of Blood, is a small cult sect that you'll have learned about, Amy, while at your time in the convent. They were presumably disbanded centuries ago. They were targeted around the same time as several death cults were. They don't worship the personification of death exactly, although it is believed that Ayala was an avatar of death. Ayala, the Queen of Blood, was a woman. She was a real queen that history records, and she did not treat her subjects well. She tortured them, bathed in their blood, and it's said to have given her eternal youth. The cult very quickly died down, but occasionally you get little resurgences of it here and there. 9 times out of 10, entirely benign. They're just teenagers that found a cool culty book, and they're just like, oh yeah, this is what we worship now.
Okay. So I said to her, have you considered changing to a different temple, perhaps? Perhaps one that's a little bit less, unpleasant. I mean, obviously, we all have our own beliefs and everything, and that's fine. But, I mean, my temple would be more than happy to take in a new member to its flock.
I'm afraid the Queen wouldn't allow it.
The Queen, so it's the Queen herself that's controlling you?
Control is... It's more that I have the choice, and it's in my best interest to choose to do what she says.
And then why is Xander trying to kill you?
Because you worship the Queen of Blood.
He was supposed to be... Are you going to kill me afterwards?
No, of course not.
Oh, I mean, no. No. Wait, we didn't decide this, though. So,
Kill anyone. We don't kill people.
we kill some people
Kill
sometimes.
dead when they can't be brought back, and if we have to, we have apprehended the odd goblin, but it was unpleasant. We didn't want to.
I mean,
We don't
if
kill
she
people.
proves to be evil, then maybe, but otherwise, no.
Maybe not to her face. No, not gonna kill you. You have my word that we will not kill you.
She leans in close and explains to you that Ayala, the Queen of Blood, has cursed her and all of her followers. All of Ayala's followers have been cursed, not like this one. She introduces herself as Gala, by the way. So Gala has no followers. She is just one of the followers. Gala, she's been cursed. She then tries to point to a bit of her back, but you don't see anything there. She can feel a blade, an invisible blade, stabbing into her back, and it twists whenever she disobeys the Queen. And that the only way that she can get that blade removed is by serving the Queen for long enough. And then hopefully she'll get a promotion within the cult and it'll get removed. That Xander was supposed to be someone that she met up with. She was told to meet with Xander and that he would help her with her task of collecting a relic. He didn't. He refused and instead just sent her on her way. When she decided to look for the relic, which she thought might have been in the goblin encampment, she was then chased by Xander, and he'd been chasing her most of the night around this area until he cornered her among these rocks. And she has...
So the goblins were dead when you got there?
No, she killed the goblins.
Okay, what's in her hand?
The glass vial.
Yep.
She reluctantly holds it forward and
Yep, I'm going to
shows
yoink
you.
that.
Inside is a small bone inside this glass vial. It is rattling around in there.
Can I do a... Would it be a medicine check? Can I do a medicine check on it?
Yes, if you wanted to try and identify the bone.
Okay, so then why did she kill our trader?
10.
This is a finger bone. Definitely from a humanoid. It's been excised quite some time ago, and it's been cleaned as well.
I just point to it and say, what's this for?
It's something that I was compelled to recover. Something that I was told this gentleman would help me with. I didn't attack your camp. It was him. He is here to help, and it is all for the best. But he doesn't seem to care. He just seems to want to hurt people and not follow through with my queen's wishes. I think that he's got the relic that trader had.
I mean, I'll be honest. Your intentions don't sound overly great either.
They're just dead body parts.
Yeah, but what are you collecting them for? What's the end game? What's the end game? I say it with a smile.
Of the body parts. You're wondering why we're collecting body parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's a reasonable thing to wonder. What I would rather wonder is where he's gone.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Why was no one watching it?
I just out.
What are you going to do, tie him down?
I mean,
We'll only tie up one person at a time.
Can I track him, please?
he's gone, I think.
Yep.
Just gone.
As you turn to look at the rock just has some of this sticky taffy thing that he's made into a small little statuette of himself, arms crossed, on top of the rock. He is nowhere to be seen.
A dick.
I take the statue.
All right.
I'll put it where...
I say to her, do you have any idea where he's gone?
I don't know. He's very, very unpredictable. He's supposed to be an ally, and yet he attacks me and denies any knowledge of it, and yet he still follows through with some of our job. I don't know. I don't understand him.
Where's your next job? Where's the next thing you got to go to? Because that might be where he's gone.
I was just gonna ask.
Can I have the relic back, and I'll tell you?
No, you can tell us first, please. Smiling.
I will need you to make either I'd say you've been friendly enough. You can make a persuasion check.
Oh. 9. Were you going to say intimidation? Because intimidation would have been better.
It probably would have been, but unfortunately Laura did not ask for a polite intimidation this time around.
Just a regular old intimidation.
Yeah, 9.
So what is...
Somewhere south. I need to go somewhere south. he might have gone ahead to see if he can get it before me. I don't know why. I don't know why he isn't working with me. That's something I would like to know.
So if you'd like to know, we're probably your best chance of tracking him down, to be honest. So it would be better if you were more specific. Please don't make me use another spell on you, but I will.
There's a sergeant in an army that is said to be moving north. This sergeant has a family heirloom that is supposed to bring him luck in battle. I'm supposed to retrieve it.
Alright.
It was supposed to be with Xander's help. I don't know why he's not helping.
Sergeant's name?
The sergeant's name is... Sergeant's name is Bridget.
And I'm guessing this is Mercer's army?
Yes. America's army.
Mercer, sorry. I do the quote marks in my head, but not out loud.
It's alright.
Right. That's a big thing for him to try and do on his own, I guess. So going back to why you're getting these body parts.
I'm gathering these body parts to better serve my queen.
And why does she want them?
For her own purposes.
You're not going to get it back with answers like that.
Since there are 3 of you ganging up, I'll say that one of you be the lead intimidator, but you can now make an intimidation check with advantage.
Ooh, yeah, that's me.
What's your intimidation
+5.
Okay, yeah. Mine is 6. Go for it.
With advantage, you say?
With advantage.
Oh, it's 17. 22.
Nice.
As her eyes dart between the 3 of you, she leans further back, the good cop of Amy smiling sweetly, juxtaposed by Eden's stoic face, and Nutkin on Anakis' shoulder gives out a squeak that just makes her jump. Ayala is looking to walk again. I'm one of those wanting to help her.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
That
That sounds like a horrible idea. Oh.
She wasn't nice to her people, though. Why would you want to bring her back? You're one of her people. She'll probably bathe in your blood too.
I should probably want to kill you too.
I'm going to be completely honest. I am only a few months into this. I followed my girlfriend into this weird cult, and now I've got this invisible sword in my back, and I don't really want to be doing this, but she can hear everything I say, and I don't want to disappoint her.
Okay.
That's like, die now or die later.
Here's what I think we should do. We will track Xander down. We will find the heirloom that he has, if he has, or the thing that you think he already has, and also we will look into the heirloom from the sergeant guy. You can tell your queen that you've what's the word? Given the task to someone else. Can't think of the word.
Delegated.
I do not.
You delegated. Pardon?
I don't want no sword in my back.
I turn to Anakis and say, yeah, we're not going to have the sword. We're probably not even going to go and get the thing. But if she tells the queen that we're doing it for her, the queen's going to think it's happening, and then it's going to happen. Like, it should be fine. Just I say that quiet enough that she doesn't hear me.
That's
I try to. Don't ever do a stealth check. I'm really bad at stealth.
hang on.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, I'm assuming that will have been like just to the side away from Gala. So you're gonna suggest to Gala, tell your queen you've given the job to us.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is my loading screen face. Processing. All right. Give me a persuasion check. This is going to be with disadvantage.
Can I use then? Oh, I should have used this so long ago. Oh, I'm gonna waste it if I do it now. Oh, I'm just gonna do it now. Can I use one of my channel divinity abilities? Emissary of Peace. I grant myself a +5 bonus to persuasion checks for the next 10 minutes, which I should have done at the start of this conversation. But whatever. Yeah? Is that
Okay.
fine?
Yep.
Okay, so it's persuasion. With disadvantage. But I get +8. 19.
19. Okay. She slumps down a little, leaning back into the rocks. She nods, lets out a massive sigh. I will let you go in my stead and hope that my queen is served by it. Do not trust that man. He can do great harm.
Well, so can we. I don't think you need to worry. Xander's softy, really. We just need to actually talk to him and get him to sit down with us for a bit.
She pulls herself up again and looks at Eden. Can I?
No.
Then I hope you watch your backs at night.
I don't like the sound of that. I said, give us a back.
I mean, to be fair,
Back?
she can't do anything, presumably, without all the other
Give us a
bits.
bone.
So,
I don't think give her the next bit either. We're basically lying to her.
if we take the bone from her, if we take it now, she'll probably come after us and take it back.
She'll probably come back, come find us, and then bloody kill us. That's what she'll do.
Her against all of us.
And being she exploded all those goblins.
Whilst they were sleeping.
I don't sleep, so. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Keep it a finger.
All right.
Oh,
So, how are you going to deal with Gala? Are you just going to leave her tied up amongst these rocks? Are you going to set her free? Are you just going to...
If we were smart, we would kill her, and then we wouldn't have to worry about her exploding us in the nighttime. Just putting that out there.
I don't know. I don't want to be killed in the middle of the night personally, so I feel like we should kill her.
She literally wants to raise a death queen. Like that's her goal right now.
Change. She's not always been like this. She's only been like this for like a month. If she can change like that in a month, she can change back in a month. She said she doesn't even want to be doing this. Look, she doesn't have. Look, I know kind of what she's going through. She'll be fine. Like she'll be able to say no. She'll be able to not do it. Like if she gets herself to another temple, perhaps one of my temples, then they can help her change.
Is that how that works? Switching from one deity to another?
She's already done it once.
Is it that easy to switch back? I'm asking. I don't know.
Do I know?
If we're asking that, like, in the game world, can people change religions? Yeah, absolutely. People can switch allegiances and that sort of thing as easily as they can currently.
Yeah.
If you don't like being a Catholic anymore, just...
Yeah. Why don't you just do that? She can go and then be whatever you are, and then no more knife in the back, and I get to keep my finger. Bone. Vile.
Look, I am not killing anybody. I don't condone us killing anybody. That's my stance. Amy says.
There's nothing to stop someone making the argument that perhaps Amy, with all of her armor, should make a start with either Airden or Anakis towards the Elven army to go and meet them, sort of start the journey, while a third person sets Gala free in another direction.
Are you saying if I offer it to be me? Don't worry. I got this.
Amy, do you want to? Should we go find?
I mean,
go and find.
Why are we?
Should we go find the army?
I mean, we're just gonna go and find the army. It's like 2 weeks away.
I think we should. Oh, want to try and track Xander? I don't know. We can try and track Xander, but I feel like he's gone in the opposite direction to where we want to go.
Can I just like throw my hands up a little bit exasperated, and can I walk over to where the rock was and see if he's left, if I can see any tracks that he's like left properly, or if he magicked away or something.
Yep. Give me a survival skill check.
Do you want me to do it? I've got.
Amy's going to have a look.
I'll just do it because.
Okay.
I mean, I won't do it. That was a 3.
As you look over the rock, you see that there is an odd thing going on with the rock. You've noticed in this sort of clearing in the crags, there's a lot of moss. All of it's green, except the moss on this rock. From near where he was sitting, sort of almost oozing downwards, the colour seems to be leaching from the moss. And it's still creeping down the rock. This colour leach.
Can I, do I have... I don't think I actually have anything to put it in. No, never mind. Okay. I call over Anakis and ask if she has any idea which way he went.
Well, I've just rolled a 13, take me up to a Oh, hang on. Let me work this out. Brain, bloody hell. 19. 21.
21 on survival.
Aye.
Jesus. So you you don't see anything on the rock itself, except that he's obviously sat there recently and disturbed some of the moss. But above where you guys were stood with Gala, you do see some of the mud and rocks have been disturbed. He's obviously sort of leapt over, landed on the edge there, and run off quietly, well, almost silently. In fact, none of you noticed him do this. But he's obviously gone in a southwesterly direction.
Well, he can't have got that far. He's not that fast, is he?
No.
I mean, we've been chatting here for a while, but if we get a move on.
Yeah, we'll say that this entire thing's happened over the course of the last, 10 minutes or so. He'll have gone missing about 5 minutes in.
Okay, so if we get a move on and let's just... I don't know.
Should we go find him?
Yeah, I think we need to go after him. Let's just leave the woman.
Do you want
I don't
I'll
know.
go in that direction, and I'm going to track Xander.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Does disguise self work? It has to look different. Kind of like before we leave, though, to go after Xander, can I make myself kind of look like what would scare her? I don't know, I don't know, scary demony. I'm keeping the finger, like scary demony, and then I'm just gonna threaten her, like if you come for me, like I'll straight up murder you.
Would Amy know what Ayala looks like?
Amy will have an idea of what she looks like from a tapestry that she'll have seen. Not necessarily known for their accuracy in how to portray a person's face, but you've got a rough idea of features. You know that she's gaunt, slender, has bright ginger hair, tall for the time. So she was about 5.5 feet.
I can tell you that if you want, if you ask. I don't know.
I was going to say, do that speed, and I could cast some sort of loud roar around the area.
I like.
Or I can cause some flames, or...
Okay, alright. Okay, so if we do... And then just tell her to leave us alone? Is that what we're going with?
Yes, we can do.
Yeah? Okay, sure.
I love how she's tied up against a rock, and you guys have just been like, hold on 1 minute, and got this,
we turn around.
drama huddle to be like, okay, we need makeup, we need special effects, let's go.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as much detail as possible about what this woman looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm going to ask for a roll from each of you.
Wait, I have to hide first or something, right? Or can I just
Yeah, there is a physical, literal corner that you could turn, and then, you could appear at the top of the ridge or whatever.
Yeah, really dramatic. If you're gonna do it right.
Yeah. Okay, Kerry, I'm gonna need Amy to succeed on a... I'm struggling to decide between intelligence and wisdom, so you get the choice.
I mean, they're the same.
So an ability roll based on that. How well you're able to recall and describe the details that you know of Ayala, and any description from text to augment this effect. What was your result?
9.
Okay. So, Anakis is going to need to succeed on an Arcana skill check.
Oh dear, even though it's a cantrip.
Even though it's a cantrip, yep. This is to do with timing and getting it off at the right time to augment the intimidation aspect.
Oh no. 7.
Oh no.
Eden, make an intimidation skill check. You are at a -2 to the results. Not at disadvantage, just -2.
Which one of you has failed me the least today? I feel like I should have brought out more D20s. I don't. Okay. Toothpaste. Oh, 17. Okay. 20.
Okay. From Amy's description, you've given her a bit of a hunch, which matches one of the texts, but Amy only realizes after the fact that, no, wait, that text was talking about how she always had a hunch about how her courtiers were conspiring against her. And when she sees Eden transforming into Ayala, Queen of Blood, with a hunch over the ridge, suddenly Amy goes, yeah, no.
No, it's not it.
And as Ayala emerges over the ridge and begins talking, the first few words out of Eden's mouth, unfortunately, are not augmented on time, and Anakis then activates just a few seconds later.
The worst performance. Let's hope she's really dumb.
Please,
This is the best we could hope for.
a low roll.
Really stupid.
I rolled a 3!
Dumb.
And so Gala shrinks against the rock, pushing herself into it as if wanting the world to swallow her whole. She just nods along with everything that you're saying, and then starts screaming, scrunching her eyes up and turning her head away. And she keeps screaming and screaming and screaming, even long after your performance is finished.
That's horrible.
Can I not command her to, like, run? Like, just get her out of here. Like, go, run.
Her screaming begins to die down. She opens one eye, realizes that she's not been able to hear anything that you said for the last little while. She then leans her head forward, and you say "run" one more time, and she gets up and dashes between some rocks, and away she goes.
Dust my hands off with my hunch.
And then I think we have to pelt after Xander, running as fast as we can.
Yeah.
As you launch into your presumably week-long journey into meeting this army halfway, as if they're 2 weeks away, we will organise all the logistics of what supplies you have and how you're making this week-long journey when we get back from the break. We're going to need to go and get some tea, and I need a glass of water as well. We have some stuff to discuss before we jump on to break. Competition time!
Woo.
So, the competition is a Bardic Tales thing?
Yep.
Yes!
Yep.
Take it away, Kerry!
So it is the custom generator table. So I believe Bardic Tales will make your table for whatever you want to be rolling. And yeah, all you need to do is write Bardic Tales in the chat during the break, and then at the end of the break we will pick a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winner, chicken dinner. Also, while we're on break, if you're not already, go over to Instagram and follow us on Instagram, because we're on Instagram, and you should do that, because everyone should.
Yeah,
what was
and
the thing with hitting 500?
So when we hit 500 followers, I'm gonna activate the giveaway. I will say we're on 492 right now, so we're pretty close.
Sweet.
And actually, I have them here, so I'll just very quickly show. So basically, box. I'll be giving away one of these large fire elementals and 2 of his minions. They're like little flame things.
Cool.
When we hit 500, it'll all be on Instagram. You have to actually enter when it happens. But yeah.
Do we have a word for the competition?
Yep, Bardic Tales.
Oh, is that what it is? Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Cool. All right. We'll see you guys after we get back from the break, and we go and get ourselves a cup of tea. So go and get yourselves a drink. Write Bardic Tales in the chat to be in with a chance for winning that competition. We'll see you soon. Let's do that. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for sticking with us over the break. This is Crit and Hit It. We'll be starting again in just a few moments. We have a few things that we'd like to mention, people that we're grateful to. To start off with, though, the competition that we held over the break, we have picked a winner. So the winner today, the person that wrote Bardic Tales into the chat, and then we randomly generated who the winner was, as we do in all of our competitions. That winner was Beretta91. So, Beretta91, get in touch with us on the back end of our channel, and we'll be able to hook you up with Bardic Tales, and they'll help you with your own custom random generation table, which would be quite exciting if you're ever running a game. Or if you're not running a game and you want to go to your GM and be like, this is random celestial mounts. I would like one of these, please.
Yeah. I like that, yeah.
Or if you have angered your GM, here's a gift.
If you've angered your GM, that random table will be random pizzas from the local pizza place.
Should we do some other announcements?
I suppose.
So we had some new fan art this week. Was it Kerry last week? When did we get it in?
Oh, this week. I'm going to say it was this week. It was in the 2-week break.
Was it like Sunday, Monday from Cipher, spelled CIPH3RR? That's right, isn't it?
I think there might be 3 R's on there.
Okay, plus an R. And we had it shown in the ad break, and it's brilliant. It's absolute. And we've got our first group shot, so yeah, big shout out to @Cypher on Instagram for that fan art. Thank you very much. It was awesome.
Yay. I do like a lot of this fan art that's coming through. It's amazing.
Yeah, keep it coming.
Yeah.
Extra plug for Pinterest. It is also all pinned up on Pinterest.
It is indeed.
We have a little album of them.
Woo!
Another thing is I recently discovered that I had a Pinterest all along. There's like a D&D board that I've got on there with like 500 pins or something, and I just entirely forgot that I had a Pinterest account. So that's the thing.
It's a really good resource.
Yeah, it is.
Really good.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, something about Pinterest that I learned recently, however. There was, around Christmas time, there was a Season's Greetings dragon image thing that I found on Pinterest. But I found it on Pinterest by going onto Google and be like, royalty-free images, and found it on there. It was not royalty-free. The artist got in touch with me. It was just like, oh, by the way, that's my thing. It's not meant to be royalty-free. And I was like, oh, found it on Pinterest. Here's the link and stuff. So be careful with stuff on Pinterest. And if you see any of our stuff on Pinterest, just like say hi or whatever. We'll probably let you like reblog it. I don't know how Pinterest works.
Repin.
Repin. Yes. Yeah. That'll be fine, I'm sure. Yeah. There was another thing. What was the other thing?
At the beginning.
I feel like we did everything at the beginning.
Yeah, I think we did everything at the beginning.
Did we do everything at the beginning?
Yeah.
Everything on my list.
I've not got.
Yes.
No.
Sorry. I had a weird triangle symbol next to a thing, and I was like, does that mean that I need to mention it now? But no, it's. I've got that next to Bard's Tales, separate from Bardic Tales, which we've already dealt with. Never mind. I am losing my mind. Yeah. So that was a thing. Thank you to everyone that joined in the competition. Thank you to all those people doing fan art for us. That's amazing. We have a game that we were playing.
We do.
Let's get back to it. I swear, right, I've just downed a cup of tea. I don't know why my brain is like all frazzled and things now. Hopefully the caffeine will kick in a moment. We were in a rocky crag just slightly west to the encampment that Jubanan, Eresha, Simon, and Daenerys had set up, where Anakis was basically fighting off these vines from before. Some goblins were found dead. You found that there was a small encampment of them to the west, that the previous night had been attacked. Some things set on fire, some weird pig dog things were attacked in the area as well. They've not yet been identified. There was a large symbol made out of blood, which also has not been identified as yet. But you know that Xander was there, and you found Xander, and he was attacking a cultist, a woman called Gala, who revealed that she is working for Ayala, Queen of Blood, and that she's collecting relics, one of which is a finger bone, and the relics are being collected so that Ayala might walk again. Xander is heading towards the elven army that's approaching. It's about 2 weeks away. Following Xander to find out what's going on, to maybe stop him from getting the relic, or to stop this Gala woman from getting the relic, or the cult or anything, from getting access to this, seems to be the goal. Although catching up with Xander and just finding out what has been going on seems to be the main thrust, the main motivation here. So, are we all just running off to meet with this army, or are we going back for supplies?
I want to try. Sorry, what was that? Okay.
We were going to go try. Is it? I don't know whether to put my headphones back in. Were we going to go try find Xander?
Yeah, I thought we were just chasing him down, like not waiting a week to get to him, like literally chasing him, trying to chase him down.
Because he's about 5 minutes away.
He is about 5 minutes ahead. Yeah, so you're going to try and chase him down.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
All right. So, Anakis was the one that managed to find the trail.
Yeah.
He is 5 minutes overland. You follow for about 15 minutes following this trail, and eventually you see him atop a hill further ahead. He has managed to pull away. You can chase him overland, but when you get to the top of the hill, you see that there is a small copse of trees that he is now in. It's not what you'd quite call a forest, but certainly a small woodland area. It's about a mile or so thick. But you notice as you're entering the tree line that Xander is slowed somewhat by these branches and by a lot of the bracken. He is now not a full 5 minutes ahead of you, but he is in fact 300 feet from you. You can see him through the trees, and he's approaching the end of the tree line. He doesn't seem to have noticed that you guys are following him yet.
Do we shout for him?
I'd like to try to get closer if possible, because 300 feet is still a bit of a... It's out of range of, like, any spell. So maybe we should try to get, like, a bit closer to him before we shout. Can we get to within, like, 100 feet?
Okay. Everyone give me stealth checks. Let's see how sneaky you can be to get close to him. He's certainly slowed down, and you guys have got a druid in tow, so you're able to quickly navigate through these trees faster than he can.
11.
I mean, that's not my bag. At all. As a paladin.
Ooh, nice.
That would be an 8. An 8.
What was yours, Laura? Sorry.
20.
20. All right, so we've got 20, 11, and 8. As you approach, you're about 280 feet away from him, and Amy steps on a large, thick branch which is not able to take her full weight. And as she crunches down on it and it gives way, she finds that the branch is far deader than she originally anticipated. It snaps loudly, Xander stops for a moment, doesn't turn, but he waits for a full 3 seconds, and then quickly turns to his left and bolts at an odd angle. He is now running through these trees.
I'm gonna run after him. Can I always start running after him? Can I just shout, like, you didn't wait for us? Like, wait up! Like, we're coming too. You didn't wait for us, but at least we caught you up. Like, slow down because we've done a lot of running. Like, if you could just let us catch up for a second. Like, panting heavily.
All right, everyone, let's roll for initiative. We're going to go for a chase.
Oh. I'm really shit.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
Although I
8.
finally have a initiative modifier.
Oh, I don't. I'm nothing.
I was gonna get so much. 9.
Was yours 9, Kerry? Was that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Laura?
16.
16. Abby?
8.
8. And Xander got 17. So he gets to run ahead first. But we're doing forest. So let's see. Forest chase, forest chase, forest chase. I was hoping you would fall for the bait of like, oh, well, we'll follow behind him at a leisurely pace. But no, it seems that you guys are not all for that. Chases 252. Ah-ha-ha. So, you guys will be running after him and will be making rolls to see what kind of like trips and falls he makes versus what you guys make, and see if you can close the gap as time goes on. We're going to go for a simplified version. Since he's going first, he's going to see if a chase complication
How far
happens.
away is it?
So he's 280 feet. Yeah, quite a distance. And as he's running through these trees, he jumps up, grabs onto a branch, and pulls down on it as he collapses down to the ground. And as he lets go, you notice a beehive launch itself from the branch and hit the ground behind him as these small insects swarm around angrily and fill up the space behind him. Eden, you're chasing behind him in thick, dense woods.
Okay. I don't want to attack him. Can I? Yeah.
You could just use your action to dash to like close that distance faster.
Yeah, and then when I get as close as I can, it would be a bad idea. But I'm going to tell him that I stole that finger bone. Borrowed her finger bone.
Okay. Do you want to just shout that at the end? Because
Yeah.
Even if you're still like 100 feet or so away.
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll stop him.
Yeah. As you mention the finger bone, he stops dead in his tracks, turns towards you, and you see that his eyes have been replaced by open flames, and smoke starts billowing out.
Cool.
He then takes in a deep breath, and as he breathes out, more smoke comes from his mouth. It is thick, it is dark, and he just pulls out 2 daggers from his coat
You'd be like, okay, hold on. Hold on. Wait, because Amy and Anakis are coming. Just we just have a timeout, okay, for one second. just a timeout.
Yeah. So never mind me finding the chase thing. You mentioned the finger bone. Amy, you are. Let's say, for the sake of ease, you are 3 turns away.
Oh, Christ. How am I 3 turns away?
Well, if you move at 30 feet and then dash for 30 feet, that's 60 feet worth of movement. So you can move 180 feet over the course of 3 turns. I have truncated that distance because actually making you run for like 5-6 turns is not enjoyable or fun.
Yeah, but how does it... Oh, okay, but Eden's also that far away as well,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Right, okay, I was going to say, like, how did Eden get up there and I can't get up there? Okay, right, makes sense. Right. Okay, I'll dash up to, I guess, where Eden is, because we've probably got the same speed. And when I see his, like, flaming mouth and eyes, I'll just be like,
are there no more?
Do you need to take? I've lost. I'll say, do you need to go to like a medic for that? Because that was painful. Like, we can take you to a doctor.
Give me a perception check, please, Amy and Eden.
Okay, perception. 8.
17.
Eden, you notice that the birds have stopped tweeting, that the bees have quickly dispersed since he turned around, and that on the edge of your hearing you can just hear this whispered word over and over again. But it's just on the edge of your hearing. You know that it's the same word repeated, but you can't quite make out what the word is. Amy, however, is too busy talking to the guy to realise that things are getting weird. Anakis.
I dash to the same point.
Dash forward. Okay. He then charges towards Eden, Amy, and Anakis with his daggers drawn. He is leaping from tree trunk to tree trunk, sort of kicking off each one, getting himself a little bit of height as he's moving along.
Can I am going... Oh, can I use my infernal language to say with my thaumaturgy, do not attack us. Ooh. Do not attack us. We are not here to harm. We just want answers. Ooh.
Since Anakis dashed closer, could you give me a perception check as well? Thinking about it before I forget.
Yeah. Oh shit. 8.
You've noticed the dispersal of the bees and nothing more. But as you say these words in Infernal, he stops, his feet almost stuck to a tree trunk, and he scrapes down it, tearing up some of the bark and small licks of flame coming from the bottom of his boots. And as he slides down and hits the ground, he turns his head rapidly to one side as if he's just snapped his head. And he responds also in Infernal, again with a booming voice that seems to match yours. And who else understands Infernal, or is it just Anakis?
Me.
It's just...
I understand it.
Oh, we all understand it.
No, I got a Bissell.
Ah, the other one.
The other one.
So, Anakis and Amy, you hear him respond with, "Answers are not forthcoming."
Bit rude.
Yeah.
I
Is
don't
this in
want...
his turn now? Are we still in? We're still in initiative, I guess.
Are we... No.
Yeah, but still an initiative. I'll allow you to respond if you want to say a thing.
What did he say? Remind me again.
Answers are not forthcoming.
Can I reply just to that?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Can I say in Infernal? We're trying to help you. We want to help you.
We want to help a demon.
His head then
Oh.
snaps to the other side, and he responds with, "This shell cannot be helped."
Aw,
Eden.
best.
Man, looks like we're killing him, aren't we?
No, we need to take him somewhere to exercise him.
Wait, and how we're gonna tie him up and drag him out of the forest?
I don't know. I'm not.
Where are their exorcists anyway?
We are not going to kill this guy. I'm telling you now.
But even if we try, we're probably not going to be able
We
to.
are going to die if we try and kill this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, knock him unconscious. Sure, go for it.
I mean, I gotta cast something, right?
Yeah.
Are you close enough? It's still. How far away is he, Drew?
While you were chasing him, I wanted some distance. I'm gonna fudge the distance because we're involved in this fight, and it would just be like round after round of you guys just moving closer and moving closer. So let's just say that there's about 120 feet between you and him now.
Yeah. I don't even think I have anything that goes that far. To be fair.
No, I don't.
No, me either.
Yeah. So,
Doesn't Eldritch Blast have a decent range?
It's 100 feet in it.
yeah, I don't think it's at 100. Oh gosh, why am I doing that? When I can do it in here.
Eldritch Blast, range 120 feet.
120. Right. Yeah, sure. What?
I love how resigned you are. It's like,
Yeah, anything that anybody's saying right now. So, when in doubt, Eldritch Blast.
should get that on a t-shirt.
When in doubt, your basic Warlock.
Yeah, basic. Sorry, I've been watching Good Place. It's such a good show.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
Love it.
You messy bench. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a spell attack.
Okay. 10.
10. As you launch your Eldritch Blast towards him, he brings one of these daggers up, and as he does, it wreaths itself in flame, and he deflects it.
What is his AC? Where?
Higher than 10.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's pretty shitty, to be fair.
Fair enough, yeah. I'd missed that bit.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's got amazing defense. Eden's like, yeah, that's what
it.
caused that.
There it's dead. Oh my god. Right, okay.
All right. So that was Eden's turn. Amy.
Okay, so I'm still 20 feet away, so I'm gonna have to. Oh god, even going 30 feet isn't enough.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Is there no more penalties for armor in movement?
No. So long as I think it's if you're not proficient in heavy armor, it reduces it by 5 feet or something along those lines.
20, so be 90 feet away. I'm gonna run as fast, like as close as I can get in one.
Okay. Yeah, you can basically halve the distance.
Yeah.
All right. Dashing forward. Do you want to say anything while you're doing it?
No, I don't know. I can't think of anything good, so I'm just trying to get close to him.
Just yell in infernal. Insert quip here.
Basically.
Yeah. Abby.
I too am also. I'm going to mirror what he's done with his eyes and the smoke
Okay.
with my thaumaturgy. and then just prepare my. I can't do 2 cantrips, can I? I'm not.
Unfortunately
It's not as if I don't want to attack, but I want to do like a Wolverine type style thing with my hands, for the primal savagery.
Okay.
But just prepare it, but not obviously use it. Can I do that?
Yeah. You can sort of like start making the motion. It's kind of like Eden with the ghostly grasp thing. It's sort of like not quite casting it, but getting close to it.
And just say, just boom to him. We're not here. We're not here to harm. We're here to help. And hopefully that might
give
do
me.
something.
Yeah, give me another charisma. There's a lot of charisma-based things going on here because you guys are trying to be very persuasive and reaching people. Give me a charisma ability check. Persuasion, if you're proficient, can be added onto it.
Okay. Come on. Oh, 14.
14. Where did I put that? Ah, there it is. The head then snaps back to the other side, and then it straightens up. The smoke stops for a moment. A quick gout of flame shoots out of his mouth, and he drops down to one knee, supporting himself with one of the daggers. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? Back at you, bitch.
I don't know. Why? I only draw my weapons when I'm attacking. What danger is near?
Yeah, that was... yeah.
Are we out of initiative now? Sorry.
Not yet.
No.
Oh,
He then clenches over as if in pain. And you see flames shoot from his eyes again.
No! God damn it! Demon!
What is happening? And then the flames start shooting from his mouth again. And it seems the demon has taken control.
Okay.
His turn next in initiative. So he is going to continue charging forwards. So he'll get to 30 feet away from Amy and Anakis. So it is now 90 feet from Eden. Unless Eden sort of just moved her 30 feet towards him and then shot the Eldritch Blast. In which case,
Yeah.
you're 60 feet away. Yeah. he then hides partly behind a tree, reaches out and throws one of his daggers. And as it does so, it spins through the air quickly and starts arcing electricity between the blade and different tree trunks. He throws it at eeny, meeny, miny, mo, gets attacked by the toe. Well, let's do this with dice. Let's do it with dice. Why not? Anakis.
Oh, shit. So with my quarterstaff, I'm just like a baseball.
Knock over the air.
Well, to be fair, I did just roll a 6 on the attack roll, so...
Does that mean I succeed at the baseball hit?
You whack it clear.
That's pretty badass. Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
He then leans back behind the tree trunk and yells out in Infernal, "You cannot retrieve this shell. It is mine."
Beg to differ.
Eden.
Blight. Blight. Blight.
Blight.
Yes. It's my new one.
My new one, I'm level 4. I got skills.
Excited.
I got
Yep.
skills, the multiplying.
It's 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more necromancy. I'm going that route.
Ooh.
I know, right? Necromancy, watch over the creature of your choice. You can see with your range, draining moisture and vitality from it. Target must make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
Target takes 8d8 necrotic damage.
It's with my dice today. I mean, you rolled good on the stealth check earlier, but that was a 5 that I just rolled. He gets a +4 to Constitution. So, yeah, that's a fail. 8d8 necrotic damage.
I don't even know if I have 8d8. One. Hold on. Gotta make a collection. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, cool. If you just target, like, a normal tree, it just dies.
I know, right?
That's
That's...
badass.
It's a spell that's just like...
Talking to a necromancer, raising a family is hard. What if they're very close enough together? What? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why? 8. There we go. Okay. It's like I don't have enough dice. Okay. All right. Yeah, and then it
If
doesn't
only you could
do
make
any...
them.
Yeah, I know, right? I sell those. I don't keep those. Even though I want to. We can display. Oh, okay, yeah. So there's nothing until it's 5th level. 5th level slot. Okay. That's a good sound, right? If only I had a tray.
Ooh.
You're not paying attention.
No.
No. She's off. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18. 32.
2 brute. Right. Oh, okay.
Non-lethal.
Yes. Yeah.
Draining
That
moisture
part.
and vitality from it. Oh, that's well ace.
Isn't it awesome?
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
All right. So Eden charges forward, points a finger at him, despite the fact that he's hiding partly behind a trunk. You can still see him. He's just got like 3/4 cover. So, like, yeah. You point your finger at him, and the tree that he's hiding behind sort of shifts and shimmers, and the vague outline of Selendar reaches out from the tree grabs onto his shoulders and slightly pulls him towards the tree, his fingers digging into Xander's shoulders. And then the fingers start pulsing as the life force drains from Xander into this tree. And he starts to wither slightly. His cheeks become sallow. His eyes, were they not aflame, would be rolling back into his head. And then the tree lets go and returns back to its static state. And he leans forward, breathless. The head then snaps to the side again and says in Infernal, "Your attempts do nothing to me."
What do you say?
He says, "Have a nice day."
It is now Amy's turn.
Oh my god, I'm still really far away. So I'm still 90 feet away.
No. He is now 30 feet away.
Oh.
Yes, because he moved towards you guys as well as you.
Oh yeah. Okay. True.
Towards.
Oh yeah, because he attacked. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
30 feet. What can I do in 30 feet? Everything. He doesn't look like he is. Does he look like he's particularly low on health? I mean, I know he's just been like drained, so yes. But
You could use your action to make a full evaluation.
why would I do that? Also, do I know if tieflings innately are like immune to sleep?
You could make a quick nature or history check.
As my action? Oh,
Nope. I'll allow it as a
Okay.
bonus action.
thank you. Oh, I mean, I'll say history, but it's 8, so. I mean, but do I not know from Anakis, like, surely?
I mean, you know, every time. Actually, that's yeah. I was about to say every time I meet someone who's like weak or resistant to certain things, we always share that information. But now that I think about it, every time I meet someone with like celiac disease or something, they're usually like, "Oh, I've got celiacs," or like they'll be like, "Oh, by the way, I'm double jointed." Like people do tend to show off like the things that make them different.
exactly. And they know I throw sleep around a lot, so they'd probably be like, "Look, don't do it around me, because I'll sleep."
Well, how do you know if someone's a vegan? Don't worry, they'll tell you.
Yeah, you know what, with that between the history check and Anakis, you'll know that Tieflings have the usual like sleep affinity that humans do.
Right.
That being that, you know, most mornings they are kidnapped by blankets, and it will be rude to like leave.
Oh god. Right. Okay. After all that, I'm not going to do sleep. Sorry. Can I want to move up to be within like melee range, so 30 feet.
All right. Yep.
And I'm gonna hold my action, and I want to say, in Infernal, Demon, release your hold on this man, and I will hold my action to stab him, attack him with my longsword as soon as he does like anything that implies that he's not done that. Basically, tries to attack someone, tries to get away from me. His eyes stay on fire, and he does something. Is that okay?
Yes. Give me a charisma saving throw,
Oh
Amy.
god, fantastic. It is my better save though. But I can roll like shit today. 7.
You feel a shooting, burning sensation at the back of your eyes. you are drawn to just stare into the open flames in his sockets. And you hear inside your head a booming reply. Laura, Abby, cover your ears for a sec.
Oh no.
Amriel, I see you. We shall be together.
Okay.
Go back on.
I had to turn it down because I had to go. I was like, "Oh no, I can hear you."
Do I get? Is that just it now? That's my go.
That's not the end of your go. In terms of like,
But I'm sorry,
yeah, you. I'll allow you a response to this, basically.
Do I, without giving like too much, because no, everyone's listening. Do I know what he's talking about? Like, does any of that make? Because I can't remember what we.
No, it's not clear what he's talking about.
Right. Okay. I just kind of tilt my head and just be like, huh? But still holding my action. I'm still gonna hold my action, but be like, what?
All right. Abby.
It's 30 feet away.
30 feet.
Do I do it? Fuck it. I'm going to use my hellish rebuke on him. And
It's a reaction.
go on.
Remember.
Oh, it is. Sorry, yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I am going to aggravate him with a bit of moonbeam.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
It sounds a
Right.
bit like you're at night time with a mirror, just like annoying him.
So I don't like it says. So it says a silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylindrical center on a point within range until the spell ends. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that can cause searing pain and must make a Constitution saving throw. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful save. And then at third level, it's plus 1d10. I don't know if that's possible, like, because he's on the tree. Like, I'd have to have it in a certain point, wouldn't I?
Yeah, so the 5 radius, you could have it centered
Can I, like,
where he
can I
is on
find-
the tree.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Can I literally just plonk
Yeah.
it on him? All right, okay, let's do that then. He's got to make a Constitution saving throw of 14.
Right.
Praying.
Yeah, when it starts to stand there. Ooh, a shape changer.
Yeah,
Saving
that's
throw.
what I
Oh, there's other things to do with it. All right. So, you quickly reach into a pouch at your pocket, throw up some small seeds, and just quickly flashing some sunlight off this opalescent stone that you have, catching some of the seeds. They stick in the air and start emitting this bright, brilliant light down onto him. Everything's fine. I rolled a 3,
Yes!
so
Let me get my D10s!
no!
Right,
Radiant damage as well, Jesus.
1. That's why I chose it. 2.
It's radiant bad. What?
It is for this bio, isn't it?
Nah. Radiant heals him.
Does it? Does it?
No, not really.
Don't do that to me, you know I'm gullible. Oh, come on. Oh, no, I lost the dice. Oh, that's shit anyway. For fuck's sake. No. Oh, my God. 9.
9 total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9 total? Yeah.
As you flash this stone reflecting the light into the seeds and they emit this light down onto him, he lunges forwards towards Amy and then stops and shrinks back, burned by the light that's shining all around him. He then pulls his coat up over his head and tries to protect himself. It's to no avail. He's still getting burned and charred by this light shining down on him, but he is still standing. He then screams in Infernal, "Get that damn light off him!"
Only if you leave his body.
He then says out loud, "I will leave when the angel leaves."
Ooh.
This guy's got all kinds of possession.
Would that count as not following what I said to do and as holding my action?
Yes, so you can follow through with your action.
Okay, can I jab my sword forward at him? Non-lethal. I don't know how close we are to that, but I'm just I'm putting it out there now.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Oh, that's the shit I need. 16 plus 6.
Ooh, nice.
22 to hit.
Nice. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay, and I'm going to smite. Smite. So I think that's 2d8. Is he undead?
He is not undead.
Okay. Or is he a fiend?
It's a fiend, isn't it?
Yep.
Is he a fiend? Oh,
He is a fiend.
Extra smite damage. Okay.
Smite.
Yeah, so I get a d8 for my sword and then 3d8 smite. Can't see another d8. So, let's go 3 plus 7 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10 radiant damage. That's a crap smite. That's my only smite I've got as well.
As you drive your sword into his shoulder and pin him against the tree, he lets out this huge roar. Ah! The flames shoot out of his eyes and up, mingling with the black smoke, becoming this huge vortex of fire reaching up above the canopy of the trees. His mouth then stretches open as the rest of this darkness emerges from him, mixes with the fire and flies upwards with this thin wisp of smoke trail left behind. His head then drops down and he is unconscious. He slumps against the sword, pinning him down.
We didn't need no Airden.
Yeah. Oh my god, when we take Xander's body back to Ed, just be like,
Look what we did.
happy birthday. Alright. Should we tie him up while he's unconscious?
I mean, yeah, can we, I assume that demon's gone.
I guess.
I don't know.
It's supernatural styled out, I'm presuming. So.
Can we check that the demon is gone now?
Can I do detect good and evil?
Yeah.
What is it? Divine sense. Sorry.
Yeah, you could do divine sense. Tieflings don't register as fiends normally.
Okay.
So burning a spell slot to use your divine sense.
No, it's not a spell slot. It's just my divine sense. It's just it's a Paladin feature. It's just
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
I get so many of them, but I get 4 per one.
I always get confused about these sorts of things.
So
I'm
it's
old, forgive me.
It's detect good and evil. But yeah, the hollow spell, and then celestial fiend and undead.
Cool. Then you do not detect a fiend.
He's down. So can I add...
anything? Anything else? Any of the other things?
Within 60 feet? No.
Okay. Let's tie him up.
Yeah.
I think.
Mhm.
I guess I didn't get my rope back, so someone else got a rope.
Yeah, I took it back. Don't worry. It's fine.
Did you? Did we untie her?
Yeah.
I thought we just
No,
left her.
Did we leave her? No,
I think we
she
just
ran.
left her.
She ran off.
Alright, okay. Okay, let's tie her up with the rope. It's fine.
Yeah.
Him up with the rope, sorry.
Still got it.
Do you want to do that? You're probably better at
Yeah,
rope
I'll
Anakis.
round the tree.
All right.
Slap him. Wake him up.
Okay. All right. All right. Love you. Oh, hi.
Is he awake? Can we wake him up? Do we want to wake him up?
He will wake up if you slap him around a little bit. Yep.
Well, I don't want to like slap him, but I throw water in his face.
So yeah, he's groggy. Blinks. Oh. What are you doing here?
Saving your ass.
Mm.
Xander, dear, you were possessed by a demon.
Oh no.
Hey, it's okay. It's all right. Hey, have some food. Here you go. Always makes me happy. Just yep. In the mouth. There we go. Sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, that basically telling him he was possessed by a demon.
He took control, didn't he?
Seems like it.
How long has he possessed you for?
I thought I could contain him. It's been years. I've been siphoning his power, using it to defeat evil. Lately, he's been getting stronger. I struck a deal that he could grant me more power in times of dire need. It seems that he's reneged on his bargain.
Who is he? What's the demon's name?
I have mentioned it before in the presence of sages and clerics, and they have turned me away at the mere utterance of his name.
Well,
His name is
try it.
Begazul.
Oh God. Why are you using him?
He's
What?
a powerful demon. He grants me
Yeah.
a great amount of power to fend off my foes.
Too right, powerful. He's gonna destroy the world. He'll fill the sky with blood and fire. Why would you bring? Why? Oh.
You've encountered Begazul before?
I know of him. I'm trying to defeat him before he destroys the world.
Bombshell.
It's prophecy.
Oh, hey, it's okay. It's alright. It's alright. Hey. Sorry? Thank you. for a mortal to interact with a demon in such a way, to take on a cause to destroy him. You must be one of those. I've heard about you. Those that seek the ancient weapons that can defeat him. I have tried looking for them myself. A friend of mine even found one long ago. And then Begazul came and destroyed the town in which it rested. He has a great many servants. He's very powerful. And he will... Yes, there it is. There you go. He tracks down these weapons and destroys them. And destroys any who are near them. If you seek those weapons to defeat Begazul, I advise you turn back now.
Well, I can't turn back. I am prophesized to bring him down. I'm searching for a sword. Do you know of it? Perhaps you were given some sort of information through your connection to him.
I know he does seek these tools. He's allied himself temporarily with a vile, evil creature. Something that seeks to return to the mortal plane. That creature has one such weapon. A sword, said to be able to slay even the gods. She has it in her possession and won't relinquish it.
The Blood Queen, by any chance?
It is she.
Oh, Christ. Right. Okay. Right. So, where's he gone now? Like, is he going to be possessing someone else, or is he going to come back to you, or what's...
He can't manifest here yet. He needs to use servants and slaves, vassals and avatars. He possesses any that are weak-minded enough to accept him, and those that he filters his powers through. I am not of the weak-minded. I have simply created a vulnerability. One thing we must ensure is that he does not find all of these relics that can destroy him. There are weapons, arms, armor, dotted all over the world, and he seeks to destroy them all so that nothing stands between him and total dominion over this world. It is at this point that a further twig is heard snapping in the woods. A small contingent of elves are seen entering the forest from the south. Certainly not an army, an advance party if anything. At the head of them, in shackles, is a familiar face. Airden Scepter.
Who's that party member?
Airden looks a little bit worse for wear. His hands are bound in front of him. And as he steps forward with a shove, the elf behind him, wielding a javelin, poking him in the side, tells him in Elven, just as we rehearsed, and then steps forth, raises himself up. By the order, looks behind him, gets another poke in the side of the Edel Imperium. You're all under arrest.
What did you do?
Nah, mate.
And that's where we're
God's
going to be ending the
sake,
session. I am terribly sorry that I had so many baby-related interruptions. But thank you, everyone, for putting up with that. As anyone will likely be aware of, babies are hard work. And as much as I enjoy coming onto this stream, I don't want to renege on my duties where I can. So thank you, everyone, for putting up with that, both here and watching. Thank you, guys.
Right.
But yeah, we're going to end the session there, because if memory serves, that should be about... Yeah, that's about 11 o'clock.
Right.
Thank you to everyone who joined us live to watch. Thank you to everyone on YouTube watching this after the fact. Be sure to check out the Instagram thing and get involved with that fire elemental giveaway thing. Kerry, do you want to just remind us of that for anyone that's just joining us now?
Yeah, I'll be giving away the fire elemental and 2 fire minion 3D prints that would usually cost £20, just FYI. When we hit 500 followers on Instagram, that'll activate, and then the information for how to enter will go up on various social media.
Oh, we're 6 away.
We're 6 away.
Just checking now.
All right.
Not long.
So yeah, come and join us in the future for more D&D adventures. Go and check out Tabletop Crafter if you want like miniatures and all kinds of fun stuff. She's got loads of stuff on there. Go and check out Dark Moon Dice if you want to get your dice fix. There are loads of different like colours and all kinds of funky stuff going on there. There's materials as well. I don't know about these things, but go and check Dark Moon Dice out. She updates with all the new stuff that she's doing. Also go and check out Trade and Tested. They're making amazing dice trays, one of which we recently gave away.
Saturday, I'm going to message you back to that colour. I've got a metallic pink if you prefer it. Did you order pink? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I've got like a metallic
Princess pink.
I've got like a metallic pink as well, but I'll send you some pictures.
Really
Is that the frame or the base of it that you?
The frame.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's like a black cloth, and it has like
Little
nice outline, kind of like it's really cool. It's really cool.
Excellent. But yeah, and normally Daniel would be here playing Airden, and you'd be able to get some awesome woodwork stuff from him, including like dice like holder things that he does.
Chests, trays.
There we go. Dice chests and trays and things, and even larger gaming tables and stuff. You can go and check him out. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you all next time. See you
Thanks,
later.
guys. Bye.
Bye.